if you're here in California, and I know this is true in a lot of other places in the country too, when you see the homelessness, it's terrible. It's terrible. It is an absolute humanitarian crisis that is happening in this state where obviously the economy is booming when you see numbers like that. So thankfully, there are people who are still working on this, and it is a huge problem and cannot be solved by any one person or any one organization. But I am really pleased that this organization has been doing so much for it. Talking to our friends at the Hope of the Valley Rescue Mission, bring in the president of the Hope of the Valley Rescue Mission. That is Rowan Vansleve. Rowan, welcome to TMZ Live.
Hi, Rowan.
Hey, it's such an honor to be with you. Thank you so much for just having us on and everything you do to put a spotlight on this humanitarian crisis we're facing.
You know, what you're doing, to me, what's so interesting is politicians have not solved this problem in LA and in California and really all over the country. And California, and especially where we are, there have been no solutions, and it's just getting worse and worse. How are you going to right the ship?
Well, you're absolutely right. Politicians can't do it on their own. Charities like us can't do it on their own. You can have all the do-gooders in the world. It requires a public-private partnership. And, you know, it's real easy to throw rocks at politicians, and sometimes they probably deserve it. But in this circumstance, we've seen Eric Garcetti, the mayor of LA, step up, bring money to the table because it's about money. And he's helped us open a number of shelters, get people immediately off the street. We've seen our governor step up and bring state money. You know, Hope of the Valley was lucky enough to even get recognized by the federal government to get some money from the federal government to bring mental health services to LA and to help people who are struggling with mental health crisis, give them some help, give them some dignity so they can go on, live their best life. If we could just come together, all of us together, we can do this.
We've spoken about the tiny homes program, and I know you've opened a total of, how many villages do you have now in the greater LA area?
We have 6 tiny home villages. Then we have congregant shelters, which spread all across from downtown MacArthur Park, Highland Park, all the way to Lancaster in the very far north part of Los Angeles. We have family shelters at undisclosed locations. We have a transitional age youth shelter for kids who have timed out of foster care, found themselves on the street. We're getting ready to open 3 motels. It's going to be 750 beds for mums and kids experiencing homelessness, getting them off the streets, out of addiction, fleeing domestic violence into a safe, positive environment. And there are our shelter services. On top of that, we do close to 2 million meals every single year for the homeless. What we've decided at Hope is we're going to say yes to everything, and we're open to even more, because every single night in the county right now, between 3 to 6 people are dying for no other reason than they're poor.
I respected you so before we started talking. I respect you more now because, you know, it's easy to say, yeah, that's a good idea, but there's an impact it has beyond the exactly.
You looked at the big picture.
I didn't expect such a strong statement from you on that.
Well, I think that in the greatest city on earth, there are solutions here. And unfortunately, it's going to cost a lot of money. This is 60 plus years of institutional racism, of mass incarceration, of a mental health system that has been completely neglected. We've got to catch up on all of that infrastructure and spending. It's going to cost a lot of money. And anyone who tells you it's not is lying to you. But outrageous solutions that are going to impact business, impact the media, impact the great things of LA. We can't go down that rabbit hole. We need to give these people help, support, and then on top of that, a huge portion of them are over 65. That could be my mum. I would lose my bloody mind if my mum was laying on the sidewalk. We can't allow that. This is America. We can do anything we want. We just need to decide together. Let's address this, and let's address it now.
Always a good time to do that, especially around this time of year, with the weather changing. It is even more important that we help as many people as we can. Rowan, thank you so much for being with us, and we wish you the best. I know we're coming up on the Thanksgiving season. If people are looking for an organization, if they want to volunteer with, they want to help, obviously, Hope of the Valley is one of the great ones. So thank you so much for being with us, Rowan.
Thanks, Ron.
Really appreciate it. You have a great time. And if you can, visit our website and find us on social.